Moving on, next topic. The UK is trying to outdo Australia with regards to tyranny. This particular guy, End Wokeness, thank you for this video. Holy S. The UK is releasing 5k prisoners to make room for anti-migration protesters. Some of those will be violent offenders. I thought this was quite interesting.
So we will make sure that those people who need to be in prison will be in prison, not necessarily in the area where they live. They may be 200-300 miles away from home, but we will guarantee people a prison cell.
The numbers are so tight there. How can you make that guarantee?
They are tight, and that's why we've initiated Operation Early Dawn. So basically, the easiest way to describe it is 1 in, 1 out. So as people get released, we can then pick up people from police cells and take them to court, and we will triage that 3 times a day. We will guarantee a prison cell. We will make sure that those people who need to be in prison will be in prison, not necessarily in the area where they live. They may be 200-300 miles away from home, but we will guarantee people a prison cell.
Jeff, please. What are you thinking on that one?
My thinking is there. I did all those things you sent me. I watched, by the way, but it reminds me of when I was in Parliament. Someone who worked in Parliament, they weren't a politician, came to me and said, "Look, we need to jail those who we're afraid of, not those ones that we're mad at. So we jail the ones that we're afraid of, not the ones we're mad at." And there's plenty of people we're mad at. We were just saying before, oh, yeah, great, get the bikies, get that. But when they come looking for you, that's something different. But certainly the ones we're afraid of. Are we afraid of anti-immigration people? Well, clearly the left are, because the narrative of the left, that they don't like that rhetoric.
It's a political position you should be allowed to have. I mean, who gets let into the country is something that a representative democracy, this should be an open discussion. The idea that you would be censured for quite a legitimate political discussion is completely beyond the pale. This is the home of the Enlightenment, the home of the Magna Carta. This completely antithetical to the fundamental values of Western civilization. How quickly this has happened, how quickly it's fallen. 1984 becoming an instruction manual as opposed to a warning. I actually am stunned. I mean, I really, wow, I do not live in the world I thought I lived in.
Someone commented in the comments, I killed a man, and the big guy says to the smaller guy, and he says, I posted a meme about UK immigration. And that's, it is, you're right. It's the place of the Magna Carta. What the hell went wrong? What the hell went wrong?
I really don't know.
What's that leftist thinking? I always bring it back down. People have turned away from God, and they've filled that void with other religions. They filled it with climate change. They filled it with more wokeism. They filled it with transgenderism. All these voids that they've left.
But and who comes into your country should be a topic that the people who live in that country and the citizens of that country should have a say over. I mean, that's one of the fundamental things that you should be able to discuss and have an opinion. Same thing with your home. Who comes into your home, that's a discussion to be had. But the idea of, it's completely upside down, and I can't really make sense of it.
No.
Elon Musk's response to this was civil war is inevitable, which the European Commission is very unhappy about. Yep. I actually worry less about this rising to be a boiling conflict of street battles and what have you, and say, what if it's not? Like, imagine a situation where you look at a situation where violent criminals are released because someone swore who is Alan. What if in a situation where simply for gesticulating at police, a 78-year-old man was given a 2-year sentence within 48 hours of the offence, but the murderer of the 3 girls and six injured won't see trial until mid-next year? What if all of this actually doesn't have an effect, does not radicalise people at home into this isn't something that we can just kind of hum and ha about? What if people accept and go, this is fine? That is far more worrying, also from a financial perspective, because everyone who's pushing these social left issues are also pushing economic left issues of let's borrow the bank away. this will devalue. This will not just affect you in a kind of cultural way. This will affect you in a financial way, in every single way that you can kind of fathom. This isn't something that can be isolated. As long as you get enough money and isolate yourself to the top of the pile, you'll be okay. Anyone viewing this is not 0.01%. You're not a billionaire, and $1 million won't be enough to put a wall high enough to keep a South African future out.
Yeah. To make matters worse, they're expanding the definition of terrorism. Extreme misogyny is going to be included